In Quezon City, there's a street called Balete Drive. If you ask the locals, they'll tell you, don't drive there after midnight. And if you do, never stop for anyone, especially not a woman in white. The stories began decades ago. A girl, a car crash. Her body was never found. Since then, people claim they've seen her. Pale face, long black hair, standing beneath the ancient balete trees, waiting. Some say it's just a myth, but what happened to Louie Herrera in 2004 can't be so easily dismissed. Louie was 26, a freelance photographer. He just returned from a wedding shoot outside Manila and was heading home past midnight. The fastest route? Through Balete Drive. He wasn't superstitious, thought ghost stories were just cheap thrills. His girlfriend Lani always teased him for that. She warned him, if you ever see a white lady, don't look at her eyes. He'd laugh until that night. The road was almost empty, thick with fog. Tall balete trees lined both sides, their twisted roots swallowing the sidewalk. He drove slowly, headlights flickering, then movement. He saw her, just ahead, standing at the edge of the road, a woman in a long white dress, barefoot, still. At first he thought she needed help. He slowed the car, rolled down the window. But she wasn't looking at him. Her head was down, hair covering her face. He called out, "Miss, are you alright?" She didn't respond, just lifted her head slightly. Louis swore the air got colder. Something pulled at his chest, like gravity, like fear. Then suddenly she vanished. Not walked away, not ran, just gone. Louis's hands were shaking. He pressed the gas and drove fast. But a few seconds later he saw her again, standing ahead. Same dress, same spot. This time he didn't slow down. He drove through her. For a moment there was cold inside the car. The smell of sampaguita filled the air. And in the rearview mirror he saw her, in the backseat, looking at him. Louis reached home in a panic, didn't sleep that night, didn't tell Lani. But from that night on, things changed. Mirrors in his house would fog randomly, even without steam. Sometimes he'd wake up at exactly 3:08 a.m., unable to move. Sleep paralysis, every time he'd see her, standing near the foot of the bed, watching. One night she whispered, "You saw me, now you carry me." Desperate, Louis visited a local albulario, a Filipino folk healer. The old man said nothing at first, just looked at Louis's eyes, then shook his head. "You shouldn't have looked at her," he said. "She's not a soul, she's a wound, and wounds don't forget." He gave Louis a small red pouch. Protection. Told him never to return to Balete Drive. Never look at the trees. Weeks passed, but Louis wasn't safe. He'd see her in reflections, in windows, puddles, even his camera lens. He started hearing things. Knocks at 3:08 a.m. A woman's voice humming lullabies in a language he didn't know. Lani started noticing too. She said Louis would sometimes talk in his sleep, but it wasn't his voice. It was hers. Louis decided to end it. He drove back to Balete Drive against every warning. Stopped where he first saw her, got out, stood under the tree, and said, "What do you want from me?" The wind stopped, then a whisper right behind him. "What they all owe, witness." Suddenly, memories not his own filled his mind. A young woman running through the trees, screaming. A car is chasing her. Then silence, then pain. She wasn't just a ghost. She was a victim, left to rot beneath the roots. Louis dug into old news archives, found a report from 1953. A young woman, raped and murdered by a taxi driver. The body never recovered. The case went cold, but Louis believed he found her. He went back one last time, this time with a priest and workers. Under one of the largest balete trees, they dug and found it. Skeletal remains, torn dress, a rusted locket. Inside the locket, a name, Dolores M. Reyes. The remains were buried properly. A small ceremony was held. Louis never saw her again, but others have. New witnesses, same description, same place. One of them, A rideshare driver picked up a woman dressed in white, who disappeared from the backseat before reaching her destination. He later saw the same face on a missing person poster, posted decades ago. They say Balete Drive is just a road, but roads, remember, they carry the weight of what we forget. So the next time you drive through a quiet street in the middle of the night and see someone in white, don't stop, don't look, and whatever you do, don't invite her in. If you've seen the white lady, tell us in the comments. And subscribe before she follows you home.